Hi everybody, my name is Rachel and I'm a summer box reviewer for Sabbatical Beauty, and today we're going to be talking about Bamboo Dry Shampoo, which is available in the summer box in a sample size. Yes, happy birthday Melody, Sweet 16. Debbie's very sad that I have not had many tacos. Yeah, no, I haven't. I think when I have Mexican food, I'm more likely to get like a quesadilla than a taco. But maybe I shall get tacos next time. Okay, yeah, so Bamboo Dry Shampoo. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't used the dry shampoo as much as I've used the other products, just because in Singapore you can't really get away with not washing your hair every day. I think I've been washing my hair every day since I was a kid, and to go a day without washing my hair is just kind of crazy. So I don't find that I need the dry shampoo as often, just because, you know, my hair is always washed once a day. But since I've recently started going to the gym, I find that it's really helpful for just after your workout, when, you know, you've accumulated a lot of sweat and grease and grime, and the shampoo is just there. The dry shampoo really helps to just absorb that right up and make you look a little bit more presentable than you otherwise would have. Carol asks, are tacos nice? I'm gonna leave it to the experts to answer that, but I have enjoyed all my experiences with tacos, if that's any help. Yes, so in the summer box you get a 10 milliliter sample. It's kind of strange to use ml to weigh a powder, but yep, there you go. And I think the full size is like a really pretty big tub, and my sample, I don't know if you can see this, but my sample is still full, and I've used it quite a few times, so I think you'll be pretty good to go with this. Carol says, I wash my hair every day too, the perspiration, right. I can't deal with it. I mean, just going outside, you already sweat, so yeah, I don't like to keep that in my hair. And Natalie says, real Mexican tacos I haven't. I'm sure yours were really good. Yes, so I'm just hopping between talking about food and talking about dry shampoo. Okay, so I think Marissa, in her video about dry shampoo, went over the ingredients. So there are only 5 ingredients in this: arrowroot powder, tapioca powder, bamboo powder, cornstarch, and fragrance. And the shampoo is... Ooh, where's my sifter? Yep, so it's fragranced just like the bamboo foaming cleanser. So if you have the dry shampoo and you want to try the cleanser, just know that it smells the same. So they've used the same fragrance. Hui asked, how many times do you reckon we can use the dry shampoo before it runs out? Good question. Well, for me, I've had it for about 5 weeks, and I've probably used it about like around 10 times, and I still have like a full-ish sample. So I figure with the sample, if you don't use it too often, maybe like once every 2 days, 2-3 days, you could probably get it to last. A sample size could probably last you, I would say, like 1.5 to 2 months quite easily. I think especially if you live in Singapore and you don't need to use a lot of it whenever you do use it. Yeah, so that hopefully, I mean, don't quote me on that. I think it depends on how much hair you have and how much how much hair you have and how much you use at each go. But you should be alright, to be honest. Yeah, so there's that. Yes, so scent-wise, it smells very fresh and clean and crisp. Kind of like grass, I want to say. It doesn't smell like what you expect bamboo to smell like. At least for me, I don't think I've ever smelled like a proper bamboo tree, but it doesn't smell the way I would expect it to, but not in a bad way. Yeah, it's just it's a very strong scent. But once you put it in your hair, you really can't smell it anymore. Hui says I have a lot of hair. Yeah, I wish I had that problem. But yeah, so if you have more hair, it might take you a little bit more product with each use, just so that you can get it, you can have it spread out nicely, so that it can do its job. yeah. Yes, so for me, let me see, what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say that I usually wash my hair like late at night just as I'm about to sleep, or like a couple minutes before I'm about to sleep, because I like to dry my hair with it. I like to just leave my hair to dry with it sort of like fluffed up on my pillow, because I think my main problem is that my hair gets really, really flat throughout the day. Yeah, so at the end of the day, my hair will just sort of be like this, and it is very, very not cute. It's not a cute look. So I wish I could have a little bit more volume. And to get that, I usually just wash my hair and then leave it to dry flat out on my pillow so that it sort of dries standing up. I mean, it's just, I think it's mostly psychological, to be honest. But yeah, so I find that when I use, especially after I've exercised and I've had my hair like up in a ponytail and everything, everything gets a lot flatter, a lot faster. And to be honest, having my hair in a ponytail just brings back memories of when I was in primary school, I think so. When I was about like 10, 11, 12, and I was in dance, and every time we had a performance they would like gel your hair back with that really fine tooth comb, and they would just like shoop it all the way back, and it would just be stuck to your scalp. And yeah, I think that was the beginning of the end for my hair volume. But anyway, yeah, so I do find that after I've exercised and my hair is sort of weighed down a little bit by the grease and everything, the Bamboo Dry Shampoo really does help to absorb that and give me a little bit more volume than I otherwise would have. And yeah, shoot. I was gonna show you how I use it, and I still will. It's just that I accidentally overturned my sample, and now the powder has fallen out of the sifter onto the top, and it's a lot harder to tap into your hair when it's not coming straight from the sifter. But you know what? We will survive. It's not the end of the world. Let me just try to tap a little bit back into the hole. So meanwhile, while I'm doing that, anybody have any questions about the dry shampoo? Carol is having hair envy now. Hair envy? Who are you envious of, Carol? I don't think you want my hair, to be honest. It's my hair is really, really stubborn. I've always wanted to have like slightly curled hair. It can be pretty, it's for the most part pretty straight, and I used to play around with a hair curler, and it just would never ever curl. I think probably I probably wasn't doing it right in the first place, but it would just not curl at all, or it would curl and then like 3 minutes later it would straighten out again. So yep, like owner like hair. Carol says, let's go grab tacos. Yes, let's get tacos and then we can do our live. We can have a live while we're eating tacos. That's the dream. Alright, I've been tapping at this thing for a while. I don't know if you can hear it, and it's sort of falling back into the hole, but it isn't really, and I worry that I'm wasting everybody's time. But yeah, just humor me for a couple of seconds and I'll see how it goes. Carol says, oh, I lost half of my hair after I had my girl. Clogged hair follicles and hormones. I would envy you your hair. Whoa, I didn't know that could happen. I didn't know you could lose your hair after you have a baby. Wow, that's kind of scary. I would envy your hair. Okay, well you can have my hair, Carol. I would give you my hair if you really needed it. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I'm almost there. Actually, you know what? I'm not. I really must have like turned this upside down and shaken it everywhere, because there's so much on the top sifter bit that it's just not working. It's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna hope for the best and see how it goes. Yes, but I mean, alright, anybody want to talk about food for a couple of minutes while I try to fix this situation? Yeah, so you can see, I don't know if you can see this, I'm gonna try and angle it. So I've got the powder has shifted through the sifter, and it's now sitting on the little plastic sifter. And that's not so great for when you need to control the amount of the amount of product that's coming out via the sifter. But, you know, it's okay. We can do it. Natalie says some of it grew back. Oh, me too, Carol. Some of it grew back, but it was never the same. And Carol says now we're scaring Rachel together. Yes, yes you are. And Hui says I'm never gonna have kids. Well, I mean, to be honest, if I don't have kids, don't worry, guys. It's not because of you. Oh man, but I didn't know. I had no idea that your hair, you could lose your hair, or that your hair would like change if you had kids. That's crazy. That's a lot of, oh. Ooh, sorry, there's a cat on the roof. It's not my cat, but I don't think you'll be able to see it. It's a little bit far away. Alright, it's not my cat on the roof, but it's a cat on the roof. What's it doing? Alright, you know what? Life is too short. Carol says, nah, it's not as bad, lol. Okay, you need to get your story straight, Carol. It sounded kind of terrifying, but if you say it's not as bad, I'll believe you. Okay, so we're finally ready to put a little bit on. I tried a couple of different methods of putting the shampoo on. I think a couple of people recommended that you put them in your hand, like you just tap a little bit of the powder in and then you like shoop it all over. But for me, I found that it didn't really work so well because it sort of all got stuck, like right in the front here, and it didn't sort of spread into all of the roots as much as I would have liked. And I mean, in the past, I've used the aerosol dry shampoos as well. That's not really relevant here, but yeah. So I think I wanted to sort of mimic that effect of being able to have the product just sort of anywhere you want it, depending on. I mean, you could like move your head and just spray it all over, and then your product would be everywhere. Marissa said her hair went from limp and thin to thick a lot after having Melody. Hi Jennifer, thank you for coming. We're talking about pregnancy hair, tacos, and maybe a little bit of dry shampoo if we can remember. Natalie says, I have a straight friend that went from spiral curls to straight. Whew. Carol says, the hair falling is real, it just sounds bad. In reality, it doesn't fall in clumps. Not that scary, just an eventual loss of volume and bulk. Okay, that's great. Good to know. Thank you. Hui says, strange what hormones can do to your body and hair. It's really, really weird. I just don't think I'll ever understand. It's crazy. Jocelyn. Oh, hi Jocelyn. Thank you for coming. You're catching us at a good point because we're just about to apply a little bit of dry shampoo before we go back to talking about pregnancy hair. Okay, so I do have a little bit in my sifter, so it is gonna pop up, and I'm just gonna tap the little pot and see if I can sort of control the amount that's falling out of the sifter. So let's just go. I've decided. Oh, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. So after trying to apply it with my hands, I tried a method that I think Marissa also does, which is when she just taps the thing directly into her hair so that it's a little bit more spread and even out. And I think that worked a lot better for me just because I was able to control where I wanted to put the product and make sure it was a little bit more spread out. Yeah. So what are we talking about? Oh, Jennifer said she had no hair loss after she gave birth twice, so... Good morning, Rachel. Thank you for coming. And Natalie says, okay, go have a baby now. I think I'm good. Thanks. I'm gonna leave it all to you guys for now. And we'll see where it goes. Yep. Oh, see, that's the sifter. That's the bit from the sifter that fell out. Okay. Get that in there and in the front because that's where... Hello. Where's my parting gone? Oh, no! Okay, just today, and Rachel makes a fool of herself while live. All good, all good. Yeah. So actually, to be honest, my hair isn't as limp as it sometimes gets because I just woke up, and even though I didn't shower just before I went to bed, it actually is being rather nice to me today. Maybe it just doesn't want me to look like a mess in front of you guys. Okay, let's do this side now. Do any of you have the Bamboo Dry Shampoo? How do you like it? I know that it has quite a few um, fans already. Not, I haven't seen as many people talk about it though. Hello, where do you go? Oh no, that didn't go in my hair at all. That fell out of the sifter just onto the ledge. Alright, it's okay. We'll keep going. Yeah, so if you have tried Bamboo Dry Shampoo, let me know how you feel. I know Madeline, who's not on tonight, really likes the Bamboo Dry Shampoo, so yeah. Yeah, so if you've tried it before, if you've tried any other kind of dry shampoo before, how do you like it? Yeah, alright. I'm not gonna put in too much today because I don't really need it. But yeah, so once you've sort of rushed it, flooped it in, yes, that is a word, the white residue just sort of completely goes away and you can't see it at all. Like, I don't know. I know it looks like you can see it, but honestly, it's just the light. But yeah, I find that after you've just sort of rubbed it in and after it's absorbed everything it needs to absorb, it doesn't leave anything like a white cast on your face, so it doesn't look like you have dandruff, which is always a plus. And it smells really good. So I find that once you've put it in your hair, it doesn't smell as strongly as it does when you're sniffing it directly from the product, of course. And it just sort of leaves a very faint whiff of the bamboo smell, like just around your hair. And it's one of those things where you like whew, and you smell and you get a little bit of a whiff of it, and that's really nice. Yeah, so, and I think it's the arrowroot powder, if I'm not wrong. I think it's the arrowroot powder that really works to absorb everything, and it just completely absorbs all the grease and the grime and whatever it is that's sort of weighing your hair down or making it a little bit dull. And yeah, it just, I don't know where it goes, you know. If so, it's like when you erase something, when you erase your pencil markings with an eraser, like where does it go? So I don't know where the grease and the sweat and the grime, I don't know where they go, but they certainly get the hell out of my hair. Oops, sorry. They certainly get out of my hair. And just go somewhere else. Yeah, so Natalie and Hui are saying that it gave me some volume. Yeah, it definitely gives you volume like instantly. So it's a really, I honestly don't know how it works. As with most Sabbatical beauty products, I don't know how it works, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, so you just shove a little bit on your hair and then it lifts, it gives you this huge lift, and it makes your hair really shiny and soft and clean. Okay, well, dry shampoo, just a disclaimer, dry shampoo doesn't actually like clean your hair, so you're still gonna kind of want to wash your hair every now and then, but it definitely stands in as a more than effective substitute, because look at that. This definitely, I mean, my hair definitely didn't look like this a couple of minutes ago. So it's awesome, and I really like it for after I've just, you know, done one of my classes and my hair has been in a ponytail, and then I take it off and it's just sort of like sticking to my scalp. Yeah, and so the dry shampoo really helps to lift you off that and just gives you a bit more body, a bit more volume, and yeah, it makes you feel like a shampoo model. So you should get some. Okay. And Carol says, sorry, I gotta run. Marking starts at 8:30. No, go. You have a good day. I hope marking isn't too tiring and soul crushing. Love you, Carol. See you later. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, so where was I? Natalie says it's definitely more lifted at the root. Yeah, definitely. And I think if you can get it in all the problem areas, I guess, or all the areas where you need a little bit of a lift, Bamboo Dry Shampoo is just going to carry you through because it has got your back, Jack. Yeah, so I really like this. I don't know if I will be needing a full size anytime soon. Anytime soon, to be honest, just because I still have so much. But I would definitely recommend this to a friend. Yeah, so if you have thin or fine hair that tends to fall a little bit flat, then yeah, or if you just like not feeling grimy all the time, Bamboo Dry Shampoo, definitely a good way to go because it doesn't weigh your hair down either, so it doesn't sort of leave build up in your roots. It just, I honestly, I don't know where it goes, you guys. I just, you know, if I'm like shooping it out, does it leave my scalp? I mean, presumably it stays in your scalp, but it doesn't build up, and it somehow gets rid of grime without leaving the grime in the roots, even though the powder itself hasn't left your roots. I can't figure it out. But yeah, if anyone knows exactly how dry shampoo really works, please let me know. It's gonna be keeping me up all night. But anyway, sorry about that. Yes, so it doesn't leave any grime or buildup. There's no white cast. It's all absorbed. It makes your hair super shiny and just absorbs everything instantly like a dream. And it's sort of like an immediate, it's just an immediate boost for your hair. And you look great. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this. I really like this. I'm sad that I don't get to use it as often, but maybe I'll just pet in a little bit throughout the day just because I can. Yeah, so do you all have any questions? Natalie's Rachel's thoughtful face. Think like Winnie the Pooh. Thank you, Natalie. I used to love Winnie the Pooh when I was a kid. I used to watch it every day. And I think there's one, I don't know if it's an episode or like a movie where he's holding a red balloon and he's flying in the sky because he's looking for honey. And at some point there's a thunderstorm, I think, and his balloon pops and he falls. And every time that happened, I would just cry and cry and cry and cry and cry, and I would be so upset. But then, and then I would watch it again the next day. Alright, yep, that's my little story for you guys. Yeah, so okay, that's really all I wanted to say about the Bamboo Dry Shampoo. You can find this in the summer box, and also I wanted to say that I think until tomorrow midnight, Adeline and the Sabbatical Weedy Elves are running this thing where you can get access to the summer box even earlier than you would have. So the summer box is coming out on the 18th, and I honestly don't remember when the super early access is. I suspect it's actually the 13th, which is tomorrow. So that's really exciting, and I will leave a link in the comments below that you can click on to sign up and find out how you can get this super early access. But basically, you need to get 3 of your friends, and who doesn't have 3 friends, to sign up to shop the summer box early. And then once you've referred 3 friends, you will also get super early access to the summer box, which means that you can definitely snag the mask brush in your box, because those only go out to the first 125 boxes. And you will also get bragging rights when your box comes a lot earlier than all your other friends. Natalie says, oh yes, the Winnie the Pooh had his little song. Let me see. I'm just a little black rain cloud hovering over the honey tree. I'm just a little black rain cloud. Pay no attention to little me. Right? Is that it? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I love that song. Okay, yeah, so definitely I will leave the link after I finish this video, and I will pin it up in the top comments so that you'll be able to click on it and get your referral link and invite all your friends. And yeah, and you could own a summer box in like same time tomorrow, and that's really cool. Yeah, so I mean, it's really easy, you guys. It's only like 3 people that you have to ask, and I mean, if you have family and friends, you can just force them to sign up, and you know, because that's what family and friends are for, you know, coercion. And yeah, so I mean, it's not that hard to get 3 people to sign up, and yeah, I think you should be able to do it in a couple of minutes. So yeah, just that's all you need to do. I think that's all I have. Who says Rachel sing for us all the time? Haha. That's not what SB Lives are for. Also, guys, there are only a couple of days left for our scheduled reviewer lives. I think Saturday maybe. Cindy has one last live on Saturday. I have another one coming up on Friday maybe, and then that's it. We're done. Sad, but it's okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap this up because this has taken a lot longer than I thought it would, which it always does. Only because we've spent the first like 10 minutes talking about tacos and McGriddles. Yeah, but it's okay. No, don't be sad, you guys. It's okay because you know, Carol and I are possibly gonna do a live while we eat. We'll eat McGriddles and tacos at the same time, and we'll do a live. Yeah, and everybody else can just, yeah, so you're all, I think Marissa mentioned in one of her videos that all of you can actually do a live in Sabbatical Beauty too, because, you know, it's not just about people who are reviewers. There's no like hierarchy of people who are able to do lives. If you want to go live, just click on that little live button and you'll be done. And yes, I'm also doing a live with Marissa closer to the end of the month in a couple of weeks, I think, so you can look out for that. That's really exciting. Yeah, thank you all for coming on with me. I had a really good time. Yeah, so if you are catching this on the replay, thank you for watching the replay. If you have any questions about Bamboo Dry Shampoo or anything else in the summer box, just leave them in the comments on the video and I'll get back to you once I see them. And if you are watching this on YouTube, hi! Thank you for watching. Please do consider giving this video a like and, you know, subscribe to our channel because we have a lot of great content. I swear it's not just food. Well, a majority of it is food talk, but you know, there's some proper information in there as well. Yeah, and if you are on YouTube, you might want to hop on over to our Facebook group as well so that you can participate in the food distractions and talk to a whole bunch of really cool people. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I had to say, right? YouTube replay. Talked about the summer box. Yes, I will leave that link to the summer box right after this. Thank you all so much for coming and doing my second last live with me. And yeah, I don't think there are any more lives scheduled for tonight, but tomorrow I think we've got Julie and Cindy who are coming on at around this time, so pop on over then and we can chat with those lovely people. Yeah, so that's me. Thank you all so much for coming. I really had a good morning. It's always a good way to start my day when I get to chat with all of you and, you know, waste your time. Okay, yeah, that's me. So thank you all for coming. I have really, yeah. You all have a good evening. I hope, Marissa, I hope Melody's French toast dinner turns out really well. I'm sure it will. Happy birthday. And yeah, I hope you all have a great night if it's nighttime where you are, and a great day if it's not. And yeah, so I will see you around, and I will pin that comment right now. Okay, thanks for coming, guys. Bye. Mwah.